Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Rabbi.
In this week's Parsha Nitzavim, it says, Ki karoiv, Moshe Rabbeinu is telling the Jewish people, Ki karoiv eilecha hadavar ma'od. This is very near to you. To do the Torah mitzvahs, to fulfill the ways of God, is very near to you. It's not something far away. It's not in heaven. It's not there. It's here. It's right here in front of you. Ki karoiv eilecha. It's close to you. Hadavar ma'od. Very much so. Beficha, in your mouth. B'vavcha, in your heart. La'asoyse, to do it. So the question is asked, how is it possible? There's a famous story that there was a great rabbi. There was a big debate between the ministers of the king and a rabbi. The ministers of the king claimed that you can take a cat and you could train it to give it a new nature. And the rabbi claimed not. So they were very intrigued to make it happen. And they took some cats and they started to train them to carry dishes and to be waiters. The story is either with the Rabbi Yonasan Eibshitz or the Rambam. I've seen different versions of who the story was. But anyway, either case, they had this evening, and the cats came out with the trays, bringing the food to everybody. It was like they dressed them up like little people. It was very, very cute, very nice. And the rabbi is there, and he's stuck. What is he going to do now? And as the story goes, he took out a little mouse. And the second he took out a little mouse, whether it was on purpose or Hashem made it work that way, that he opened the snuff box and the mouse was there. So somehow either he had it there or it was pre-planned, it wasn't pre-planned. The poil mamish is when they opened the box and that mouse came out, what do you think happened? Think the cats were still standing there with the trays? No, the trays went flying down and they took off like a bullet after that mouse. So nature is nature. So the question is asked in that case, what about us? How can you tell us it's so close? You know, we have our intuitions, we have our feelings, our negative inclination, we have the Yitzhahara. It's freilach, it's a lot of action going on inside of us. How exactly are you telling us it's very, very close? So one explanation is, the easy explanation is, the Torah is not telling you have to become a saint, you have to become a tzaddik. The Torah is telling you it's close for you to do it, to speak about it, and to bring your heart to feel for it. Not telling you to become a tzaddik. You can still have other feelings. But at the end of the day, you're able to control yourself. You're a human being. You have control on your body. And if you want to take control, you can do it. There is no excuse. That's number one. Another thing is, if a person develops themselves in learning Torah and doing mitzvahs, this will change your nature. You will elevate. There is a level inside of you from the soul that is higher. That you're able to tap into deeper. So the first thing is action. Action, you could definitely do it. A second thing is that you could even develop within yourself to reveal your deeper level. It's one time told it's brought down in Tanat Ve'el that there was once a person that his job was to trap all different type of animals and to take the skins and to make something out of it. And he tells, he meets Eliyahu Navi and he says, Elijah the prophet, with all due respect, I was not given the insight in my life to be able to learn Torah. I don't have the mind for it. I don't have the zitzfleish. I guess they also had ADD back then also. Who knows? But anyway, he tells him, I can't do it. So Eliyahu Navi tells him, I want to ask you a question. To figure out your parnasa, to figure out your livelihood, how to trap the animals, and all these different tricks, and how to do it to skin the animal, and to do that you figured out. That you have God gave you enough seichel for that. All of a sudden to learn Torah, you don't have enough seichel. You can't learn a couple of words. Like, how do you justify that? So he says, you know what? You're right. You're right. I didn't think about it that way. If I can figure all that out, I can also figure this out as well. So there is this idea, Ki karev elecha, Hashem gives us all the tools. We all have the capability that it should be close. May we all do so and be successful. And maybe we be zeicha to the coming of Mashiach's kingdom. Amen.